Hey everybody, and welcome to another video where we talk about Sonic movie. You haven't seen us talk about Sonic movie for about a year now, or however long. But I got my friends Richard and Jesse here to talk about it with me.
I'm Richard.
Yay! I'm Jesse.
I'm me. I'm Scott.
I'm Donut Lord.
No, you are not Donut Lord.
I actually like that joke.
I do too.
Okay.
I appreciate that joke.
Anyway, we saw Sonic. This is good. Here, real quick. Richard, what would you give it out of a number?
I gave it an 8 out of 10.
Okay. And then you, Jesse?
Probably a solid 7.
Okay. I kind of had a feeling. I think I'm like a 6.57. 6. I'm going to go 6 just for right now. But
See if this discussion raises your bar.
well, I mean, I feel kind of contrarian, I guess, because it's like I like the movie, but at the same time, I think I was too hyped for it, and I think that affected it. And
Yeah. So at the time of this recording, Scott and I have also had a couple days to sit on it, and so has Richard.
we saw it.
We saw it Thursday.
Yeah, I saw it February 13 at 7:30.
With not the best movie viewing experience.
Oh, dude, okay. I'm gonna quick talk about that. Like,
What?
I sat by one of the most obnoxious. I sat by one of the most obnoxious people I've ever sat by in a movie theater. It was Jesse on my left, and then some guy, like some dad. He was sitting there. His 2 kids are quieter during the movie than he was, because this guy laughed at every joke, even if it wasn't even a good joke or even anything funny. He just kind of go, huh.
Also, during the previews, every joke in the previews too.
Yes. Mm-hmm. That was I was tempted because I think the back row didn't have a whole lot of people. I was tempted to get up, act like I was going to the bathroom, and then sit in a seat away from that guy because it was awful.
Yeah. I can attest to it. He definitely was very distracting for the whole movie.
And then it was also funny though because his kids at the end of the movie, like, I don't remember if it was like when he got his shoes or what, but his kids suddenly started talking like, "Hey, that's from the video game," and then they were having a conversation. So maybe if I saw it again, I'd have a slightly better viewing experience too.
Yeah.
How long those shoes are gonna last, though?
Yeah, I talked about
rooms.
I talked about it with Jesse, and like in the comics, they Sonic's Uncle Chuck made him shoes that were basically frictionless or something. So basically, no matter how fast he ran, they'd never.
Yeah.
And I think that would be a cool concept to somehow use, but I don't know how they'd use it.
Well, with what we know, but we can discuss that later. But
the Flash
I will
team,
say that this
Flash's first suit was.
Say that again, Richard.
Oh, in the Flash series TV show, that's how Cisco made Flash's first suit. Was basically off of frictionless material that wouldn't burn up.
Yeah, I remember that now.
But then you see later in the shows where he's running basically much more speed, like higher Mach speeds than normal clothing. That must be made of the same material because that doesn't burn up.
Yeah, I like that idea. I mean, it makes a lot of sense in a fictional way.
Now, I will say that one thing about this movie is that I personally had one of the best post-movie experiences that I've had in a long time. Scott and I literally From
Also,
the theater.
we're not talking about. Okay. You're talking about post viewing, as in okay. Yeah, 'cause
Yeah, us. Yeah,
we're not
not
gonna get
that
to
yet. Not
we're
yet.
not getting to spoilers yet.
No, no. I was just saying in terms of post movie, and I think this speaks to the testament that this is a above average movie, a higher quality movie. I'd even say good but not great for reasons that we'll get into. Me and Scott just gushing over the movie during the credits in the car on the way back to my house. That was one of my favorite post viewing experiences I've had with a movie in a long time.
Well, I mean, we made pitches that were some of the worst pitches anyone could ask for, and it was glorious.
No, some
It
of it
was.
got to be better than some stuff Hollywood came out with.
Some of it was really bad though, so I kind of doubt
Not the
it.
Aaron Weber one. Aaron Weber for Sonic Movie 2 somehow. Yes.
No, I still think the Ken Penders. Ken Penders, just for Richard and anyone else who didn't know, is he's the guy who sued Sega because he created a bunch of characters in the Archie comics, and then he left or got fired or let go or whatever, and he sued Archie because they were infringing on his copyright and using his characters without paying him, despite him being contracted to create Sonic comics. So he sued Sega and Archie to get his characters to belong to him. So now he owns some of the characters, and then Archie, when they had the Sonic license, had to reboot the comic so that they didn't use any of his characters. And apparently he loves suing people because he's sued a couple different people.
Some people are like
On
that.
top of that, some of the characters he was suing over were not beloved characters at all.
Yeah. Okay, here, I will quick read this from the Wikipedia. In January 2009, Penders began copywriting various stories, characters, and artwork that he created for Archie Comics, Sonic the Hedgehog comic series, and spin-off titles. And these claims were certified as of April 2010 by the U.S. Copyright Office. After declaring that he would use every legal means at my disposal to protect and serve his works, Archie Comics filed a lawsuit against Penders in the fall of 2010 in an attempt to retain their copyright holdings of his characters and concepts. In the fall of 2012, Archie Comics fired its legal team and replaced it. Following this, at a court settlement, many characters created by Penders were written out, never to appear in comics again. Then, Penders filed a lawsuit against Sega and Electronic Arts in 2011 for allegedly copyright infringement in the game Sonic Chronicles: The Dark Brotherhood, which was developed by EA's subsidiary BioWare. The case was dismissed without prejudice September 26, 2011, then again in February 2012, after the case had been refiled 4 days after it was originally dismissed, despite warnings from Judge Otis Wright, who dismissed the case both times. In October 2013, the CA 93 Appellate Court upheld Judge Wright's initial ruling. So yeah, he's tried suing Sega and Archie, Sonic multiple times. And he also is developing a comic series based on his characters that I think still has yet to be out. No.
It's crazy. It is crazy.
And so I made a joke about how the end of the next movie or the end of whatever show up and be like, I am here to take it over, and they have to defeat him.
Yeah, he's essentially... We built him up as the Thanos of the Sonic cinematic universe. But now back to this movie. And this is like a talking point for everybody. What did you two think of Jim Carrey's performance as Eggman?
Yeah, Richard, you can go first.
Okay. it's interesting to take on how he's working for the government as a black sheep of sorts, and how the one general is just like, he's our last ditch effort to use it, but we don't know what's going on. This guy's got 5 PhDs, and he's got a drone army. We'll trust him with figuring out what's going on, even though he is a madman certified. But just going through, I was like, I never remember Eggman having a wiry mustache. Then he becomes the Eggman that we all know and love at the very end. Maybe not as pudgy, but as he went on, I understood. I got the feel of Eggman, at least through the comedic effect that Jim Carrey can portray.
I thought he did good also.
I think he did a good job because Eggman, like, even replaying Sonic Forces and rewatching some Let's Plays of older Sonic games, Eggman does have an air of acting like he knows more than everybody around him.
He's got 5 PhDs or very high intellect and doctorates to cover a wide variety of fields. So
he's also a feminist.
That's true. More to say on that so is Knuckles.
It's in Sonic Heroes, instruction book. It says he is a feminist. Let's see. Okay, here it is. I found it. Enemies. As his name implies, Dr. Eggman is a doctor that looks like an egg, as well as having an unfeasibly high IQ of 300. Eggman is a romanticist, a feminist, and a self-professed gentleman. Sadly, his charms are often difficult to spot, though through the abominable laughter that accompanies his maniacal declarations of world domination. Sonic's always finding ways to stop his diabolical plots, but as with all great arch-enemies, Eggman now sees Sonic as more of a rival than a threat. Wow, they predicted what he'd become in the later games. Interesting.
That is true. I thoroughly thought that Carrey did a good job. He knew what kind of movie he was in. He knew that it was a movie targeted towards kids with a PG rating, and he hammed it up in all of the right ways.
Well, I mean, before this, I haven't really seen Jim Carrey in much of anything, so this might have been a revitalization of his career.
Yeah, he did go. He went off.
He went off the rails. I know that.
Off on his own.
He became an artist.
Yeah, he's also. Oh wait! Ah, dang it! Oh wait, no, never mind. It's cool. False alarm. Yeah, it's just interesting how he's kind of back in the spotlight because of a children's film with a blue hedgehog.
Yep. And he'll be able to several times, depending on how far they want to take it.
See,
now,
I haven't talked about my opinions yet.
Yeah,
about
go for it.
Mr. Carrey. I thought he did pretty good. I mean, it's a slightly different take on Eggman, but it worked. It really, what it reminded me of the most actually was his brilliant performance of a certain Edward Nygma from a certain Batman movie I enjoy called Batman Forever.
That also has 2 faces in
it. I mean, seriously, there's a lot of similarities between how he portrayed Eggman and how he portrayed Nygma, because
I need to rewatch that to see the similarities now.
They're both they're both really smart. They're both very active with their bodies. You know, they do a lot of weird body movements. Except for Eggman, he definitely was going for a little bit more of a robot guy in this one. Yeah.
Yeah, he definitely I was about to say he did that a lot. He kept doing robotic moves, jerking his neck in a robotic fashion, tilting his head like that. Even when he wasn't making the sound effects, he would be constantly like acting like that. But one thing that I will say about this performance that really got me was that I'm really glad he didn't just phone it in. I'm really glad that he went over the top with this.
Yeah, but you know it's odd. You like it that he was a cartoony character and a zany character in this movie. Yet Ewan McGregor in Birds of Prey you despise.
Yep,
Oh,
I was about to go there too,
totally.
but I didn't want to say anything because since we're talking about Sonic.
Yeah, but here's the thing. He's acting against a cartoon hedgehog, not in like a grounded
Dude, he's
superhero movie.
but
Okay,
the thing
they're
is
both based in comics. They both have animated series dedicated to them. What is your
You know
beef?
what?
What
You know
is
what?
the
If the
difference
people
here?
in the comments, look at that much, we need to stay on Sonic. I will happily do a Birds of Prey discussion with both of
well,
you.
I mean, I can talk about my Birds of Prey opinion right here, and it would apply to Sonic. I had more fun, I think, watching Birds of Prey than I did Sonic. But I think,
I can agree with that too.
and the thing is, the reason I feel that's so, the Sonic movie wasn't wasn't made for me in mind. You know, it's like
Yeah.
in the end, it's more of a family like kids film. When Birds of Prey is like for 20-somethings and older. You know. Although
They play it very safe in this movie. They play it very, very safe. And then, honestly, in some aspects, it reminds me of those movies like Smurfs and Alvin and the Chipmunks, like those brand of kids movies with the CGI
because they
creatures.
are kids' movies. They are geared towards very young children, cartoon style, and when they brought it to real life.
I also you know, just Birds of Prey was really good.
It was very fun.
Super surprised with how it is. Oh wait, I remember. I was actually gonna say something else. When I said that like the Birds of Prey was written for like 20-somethings in mind, the ironic thing was I was the only one in the theater until the movie started. Then a guy and his 2 kids showed up.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
wow.
To watch Birds of Prey.
When I went to go see Logan and other comic-based movies that have been rated R, I'm just like, why are people bringing their kids here? This is not for them, unless they swear at the house like constantly and do this kind of zany stuff. But I'm like, these are not for them. Look at the rating. Why are they allowed in?
Well, I mean, in my aspect, I've seen that happen twice now, where I've gone to see Hamilton, which throws swear words up and down the wall, including quite a few F-bombs, and I've seen a ton of, like, little kids there. And it's like, whoa, I know it's good theater, but, like...
it's more like overrated theater. Oh, zing!
Jesse does like the stuff that is very overhyped and oversold.
Yeah, like how I was with the Sonic movie. I was very hyped.
We'll get into Sonic, but how did you two feel about Tom and his wife? Like, how do you feel about those 2 characters?
I like Donut Lord and Pretzel Lady a lot, actually.
I like the niece a lot more than I like the aunt.
I also
aunt
like
was a surprise comedy character though.
I liked what's her face. I liked what's his face. Like I liked Robotnik's like lackey guy.
Dr.
Stone.
Yeah. I loved him so much. Like I brought you a latte. A latte, like
goat milk latte.
Yes, I liked that part, despite seeing it in the trailer, which also brings me to say, if you've seen the trailer, you know everything that's going to happen in this movie.
Except the best parts.
Because there's things that were deleted from it that were in the trailers.
Yeah, Birds of Prey, like it's also weird because Birds of Prey and Sonic are both less than 2 hours long. You know, a lot of Hollywood movies as of late tend to be more like 2.5 hours. But yeah,
That was very enjoyable.
I prefer the short, sweet, and get
They got to
on
the
with
point.
it sort of plot rather than like, okay, we gotta drag out the runtime.
But with a hour and a half plot, I feel like that also cuts down on filler scenes, on
Yeah, I mean
random fluff.
that's kind of what I was also saying.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. I will also say with this, I liked Tom and his wife also. My personal, can we get into spoiler territory now? Because there's one
No, I mean
character I
because
want to discuss.
we haven't even talked about the actual.
Okay, I can't wait. There's a certain character that I really want to talk about who may be a standout in this movie.
And who would it be? I don't, because I can only think of
Crazy Chuck. Crazy Chuck.
Okay. I mean,
I loved him so much.
he pretty good. He had a chainsaw.
Oh, okay. I know who you're talking about now.
Crazy Chuck, like that one guy who
I know
lives
the
in
one
town,
who's
and
about the Blue Devil and has the drawing of Sanic. Yes,
yeah.
I know who you're talking about.
Oh yeah, I did not expect the drawing of Sanic, but also in retrospect, I should have expected it.
I'm waiting till we get to spoiler talk because I think the Easter eggs. Oh my gosh. I did not expect half of the Easter eggs to show up in this movie.
Well, there really are only like 3 or 4 Easter eggs, like in all actuality, because there's Friends at the very beginning of the movie, which is the theme song, or one of the songs they use in the intro cutscene to Sonic Mania. Admittedly, I actually prefer the second one, where if you let the title screen go by twice on Mania, because I actually just watched that yesterday for the first time, and like that second song by Tia Lopes is good.
That Friends song though, when that movie opened with that, I was like, holy crap. Like,
yeah, I was like, is that that's Sonic Mania?
Also that Sega logo. Oh my gosh.
I kind of avoided talking about that because it would get me on a whole different tangent that doesn't apply to this in the slightest.
Oh yeah. But we can at least acknowledge it before moving forward.
Because I have pitches. I have a bunch of Sega movie pitches.
Oh, we'll get into pitches, but just the fact that that logo was made with such love in it. I was like...
But then, okay. Yeah, here, let's kind of go through the plot, and then naturally spoilers will, like, once we get to, because really, there's technically 2 spoilers, one of which isn't really that important, because it only plays a very, very minor role. Then the other one is
and everybody asks for at the end.
But, we'll bring mention to, or I'll a quick go over the beginning part and avoid spoiling anything. So like a lot of movies, I mean, because Harley Quinn does the same thing, or Birds of Prey. Harley Quinn. I'm gonna use it intermittently. So.
When they did that part in Sonic, it reminded me of what they did in Birds of Prey. I'm like, yeah, they're not going that far back.
Yeah, like, because Birds of Prey starts with, like, how does it start? Her getting, or, no, but, like, does it shows her blowing up the factory? Or what?
That's before the title. It shows her getting dumped, it shows her, like, getting back on her feet, and then it shows her blowing up the factory. It's like a solid 10 minutes.
But there was that bit where, like, she talks about how, like, where you have to go back.
Yeah.
You know, it's like they show one part of the movie, and it's like, hey, how did we get to this point? Well, and then you go back.
Oh, yeah, that's exactly how the movie starts, because it starts during the climax.
Yeah, so, okay, that's correct. Also, did I just hear someone knock on my door?
I'm knocking here.
I don't know. So, this movie starts with Sonic uh, getting chased by Eggman at the very end of the movie. And then it's all like, how did I get in this wacky situation? Well, let me tell you. And then it cuts back to Baby Sonic. And he's like, there's an owl, which I had
In
to also...
Green Hill.
Yeah. Green Hill in this is a dimension.
And he's like, I can run this whole island in 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Loops, free access.
No school.
Yeah, talks about school, but doesn't have to go to school.
But then his mentor person is all like, hey, people are going to want to steal your power, so hide it. And like, you keep it safe. It's yours.
And then...
And then they get attacked by certain things that we will not mention at the moment. We'll save that for the spoiler part. But
a certain tribe.
Well, you just spoil it right
Wash your face, Jesse.
Yeah, you just... Okay, Jesse spoiled it. Spoiler alert. They're being chased by echidnas. Like Knuckles the Enchilada.
Numbles. Yes.
Trumbles and Knuckers. Anyway, and so his owl mentor person shows up or gives him like a bag of rings and is like, hurry, go to this place, it's safe, and if you get caught, then go to another place. Go to the fungus land dimension.
Well, I don't know if it's the fungus land that he has to go to, but there's a map he showed like of places that look like he's been to, but he crossed them out, I guess.
Yeah.
Where he likes to stay.
I want to see it again to see if any... Like, I tried to see if there were any references, but I couldn't tell.
So, in this world, Sonic's rings allow him to teleport places.
Which is actually... I mean, it's not too dissimilar from... In the Sonic the Hedgehog video games, at the end of various... or like at the end of Sonic 1, Sonic 2, and then the rings in Sonic 3 and Knuckles.
And Mania.
Yeah. They all, they're like portals.
Yeah.
But then, because the other thing is, in the comic books, especially like the later comic books, they actually use like rings as ways to teleport to different dimensions. In both the Archie books and the IDW, the current IDW books. So I mean, it's not that different from things. It's. What I'm trying to say is, I'm losing my track of mind because I'm also trying to look something up. Yeah, it's not too different from the games and the original lore.
So you see Sonic's mentor getting gunned down in front of him.
Who is an owl? She is an owl.
Mm-hmm.
And so then he's alone for the rest of his life.
Oh no, he's not alone. He meets up with other people, but he's never really invited, so he's just on the outside looking in.
That's true. But then we cut...
We cut to 10 years later, right?
Yes.
Yeah, because he's 15. It makes him around 15 or so.
Which is his game age.
Yep.
He's usually about 15, 16 in the games.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, we cut to Donut Lord, a.k.a. Tom. Jesse, here, you pick up for right now, because I'm trying to...
Yeah. So Tom is a cop who, like...
And also my pizza might be ready.
Oh, nice.
So
Tom is like a cop who... he's a cop who, like, wants to, like, live... He's a small-town cop in the fictional city of... Get it? Green Hills.
Montana.
Yep, Green Hills, Montana. And so, he's a cop, but he wants to go to San Francisco and like help out big city problems and like be something more. And he's having a pretty boring day. He uses a speedometer on a turtle. And he's like bored. He lives with his wife, which I am going to look up the character name because I don't think they've ever mentioned his wife's name more than like a little bit. So
Other than Pretzel Lady.
Sonic movie, she's a vet, which does Sonic movie cast. All right. Okay. Where's the... What's her name? What's the character's... Okay, here's the IMDb. There we go. Full cast and crew. Cast. His wife is Maddie. His wife is Maddie, and they live together, and he wants to, like, be something more and live in San Fran, and it'll be cool. And so he lives in Green Hills. He doesn't see a lot of action. And with that, then you get your first glimpse of, like, adult Sonic. And Richard, what does adult Sonic do?
Well, he reads Flash comics. He's got to go fast. So when Tom is at the speed trap, tracking things, namely a turtle, Sonic goes by several times to see how fast he can go.
Without being seen, and then he takes the turtle for a joyride.
Oh, that turtle's happy for a couple split moments, but once it flies off and he goes like, oh, good recovery, that turtle is just scared right to death.
Yeah, that turtle is shaking when he puts it down. He's like, that turtle is a little scarred from that incident.
Mm-hmm.
That turtle was not really like didn't thoroughly enjoy it. And so we have that with the turtle, and then like Richard said, yeah, like you see Sonic's home. He has like a little hole in the ground. He has a beanbag chair, comics, a ping pong table made out of a street sign, a washing machine to do a treadmill in.
Yeah, boy.
And and then we have a use of one of my favorite Queen songs, so the movie earned points for that, which is Don't Stop Me Now, which fits well aesthetically with Sonic.
I mean, yeah, I'm actually not going to say anything because I don't want to get murdered for bad opinion.
Well, he's got a home security system, which is him and his nunchucks, and the Sonic logo on the headband until he knocks himself in the head with a nunchuck, of course. But
he has a cowboy hat, which I wish was a reference to Knuckles in the OVA, but it has a star on it. And yeah, this is where Sonic is like hanging out, and this is where you get your first instance of Ben Schwartz's Sonic. And I will say right now that Ben Schwartz did a fantastic job. He nailed the attitude, the snark, but he also, had to add a little heart to it and stuff like that we're not necessarily used to with Sonic, but I think Schwartz did a really good job for his first outing as the Blue Blur.
He's also not clearly playing from his Dewey Duck or his Leonardo.
That is true.
Because his portrayal of those two characters is definitely different. So it's not just like he phoned in, hey, I know how to do a character here.
He can be very energetic, but also very reserved at the same time.
Oh, yeah.
So I will give him that. So you get the fact that Sonic, like, observes the people of Green Hills. Like, he's not one of them, but he, like, observes all the people.
He's like he's an urban legend.
Yes. And it seems like he's content with that, although he's really afraid of being alone, like, all the time. And that's also, in between that, you get Donut Lord going home, and he's going home, and then he gets news that he's going to be a cop in San Francisco, so he can put this, mundane life behind him.
No, he doesn't get news. He gets an approval letter pending an additional background check.
Yes. And on top of that, his wife had 2 cakes ready.
San Francisco sucks, and I never had any doubt.
Yes. So, very supportive wife. They had a cute relationship. I believe their chemistry.
Sonic just doesn't know how
they were pretty cute.
He believes she has no bones.
Oh, that's right. He did watch her do yoga.
That's why she's the
And
pretzel
he
lady.
attempted it. So that's about our intro, and then we get to a scene of Sonic watching these kids playing baseball.
Hey,
this is
you
where you
missed
get
the
another.
movie night. Why did you skip movie night?
Oh, that's right. He watches Speed with Keanu Reeves with them.
The Sonic enjoys Keanu Reeves.
Yes, because
Yes,
who doesn't love
just
Keanu
like
Reeves?
he has a crush on Keanu Reeves.
Yes. So, yes, they have movie night, and he sees. They watch Speed. He hides in the window, and he's like, "I wish I had somebody." And then what happens is that then he goes to a baseball game, watches the kids play baseball, and people cheer for them. And this is where you get a very interesting aspect of his personality that you don't see in a lot of Sonic movies. He talks to himself a lot.
Well, I mean, he's been by himself for 10 plus years. He hasn't talked to a single soul other than himself.
Yeah. So he plays baseball. He does a mock baseball thing where he scores, and then he looks in the audience. He sees that nobody's there. He's like, "I'm going to be alone forever," and then he runs his little legs off, and he runs and runs and runs. And this is a different aspect of Sonic that I'm also not used to.
What, Sonic being disappointing and throwing a slight tantrum?
No, he has electrical powers.
I think it's. I don't think it's necessarily that he has electrical powers, or at least in this instance. Later into the movie, I wouldn't argue. But it's more the static electricity built up. But he kind of
It's a same.
It is kind of
like the Flash, because he generates so much static electricity or whatnot when he runs that the electrons build up.
Yeah. See, it's good we have a guy who knows science better than both of us.
Yes. Yes. So he runs his legs off because he's very upset, and basically sets off an EMP, taking off power in the whole city. And this is where the government gets called in.
Because he caused a countywide blackout.
Enter Dr. Robotnik.
Which was the first instance of the movie that I wanted to turn and say something to Scott, but I wanted Scott to enjoy the movie. I was so tempted when Robotnik came up to go da 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 da, because it had a song that was kind of close to it already. It had a trumpet piece. But still, yes, enter Robotnik, who is
he talks down to a soldier and tells him off, and then sends out his Eggman probes to find any weird stuff, and then they find the shoes.
Or Major Bennington, who was the main villain during the Arrowverse.
Yeah, he was Malcolm. No, he wasn't Malcolm Merlin. Who was he? He was in Legend of Tomorrow, right?
What was it?
Give me a second.
Arrow. season 3, was it? Or season 4?
I think it was 3. Excuse me. I apologize. Cast. Neil McDonald.
Damien
We
Dark.
also
But
forgot.
yeah, so
Oh, okay. It was 4. He also he voiced Deadshot in Assault on Arkham. And
that's a good movie.
he was also Dum Dum Dugan in the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Oh wow.
Dum Dum Dugan is the best of the what are they called? Boo. I have to. The Howling Commandos. There we go. That's what it is. But yeah, Eggman ends up finding like one of Sonic's footprints in a stone. You know, because obviously he runs so fast that I don't know how he got a footprint on the stone.
And then he like shows his drones off.
Yeah, and then so Sonic, he tries to hide in Tom's shed. Tom hears him get in there. We then have the famous meow scene where he says meow, and then he gets shot.
Yeah, and Tom has a tranquilizer gun because he thinks it's
Or
raccoons.
bears. Because he has a very bad issue with trash pandas, aka raccoons.
Yeah. So he has a trank on him.
And then he puts Sonic in a cage, and Sonic escapes.
Oh well. Well, no. What happens is that Sonic has his rings. He has his bag of rings. He's like, because the drones are after him, and he's like, I gotta go to Mushroom Planet. Tom shoots him with the trank. He flops forward, and then his bag of rings falls through the portal, and then the portal closes.
Okay, first off, Tom is wearing a San Francisco shirt, so he reads San Francisco, sees the shirt, or imagines the tall building on there. So the ring that was supposed to go to Mushroom goes to tall building in San Francisco, and then he flops and everything gets sent through the portal.
Yeah, I did forget about that. I'm also not going to. I'm trying to kind of keep things a little abbreviated to keep it going because we could sit and talk about the whole movie for an hour.
Plot wise, why are they going to San Francisco? Because the rings are lost there.
Yeah, I did forget about that in detail.
So then Eggman shows up at Tom's house.
And then ends up catching Sonic.
Getting to see Sonic right away. Yeah. Which I did not expect.
I did because trailer.
He got clocked and passed out.
Yeah, Tom just straight up punches him in the face. Like Sonic is like, you gotta help me. And he's like, I don't want to. And then he's like, but you gotta. And then Tom basically gets roped into it.
Well, plus a drone just kind of blew up his whole house with bullets everywhere.
Yeah.
And so they have to go on the road. And so it becomes Road Trip, the movie, with Sonic the Hedgehog being chased through Robotnik.
Yep. But on top of this, like, how do I word it? Like, well, first, it's unreluctant. Like, Sonic is like, I don't know where I'm going, so Tom's like, fine. I'll take you, because he points him into the ocean.
Well, all he says is that San Francisco is due west, so then Sonic just runs due west, but since it technically takes place in Montana, he runs to the Pacific through Washington, never finds anything, and runs straight back with a fish still on his head and some kelp in the ears.
And then you get the thing that melted many people's hearts on Twitter, Fluffy Sonic.
Yep.
He was adorable.
Gets all poofy.
I did like that. Poofy Sonic. So they're on the run. Tom is marked as a terrorist by the government.
That was a dark twist.
Yeah. Because Robotnik is wielding, like, absolute authority. Like, he's like, anyone who questions me, like, absolute authority. So, they're on the run, and then they make a pit stop. Tom is like getting food, and Sonic sees a biker bar that like appeals to him.
Well, because they're having a bunch
So we
of
get the one fluff scene.
Mm.
We get the one fluff scene in this movie.
Which is
The bar, just everything at the bar, because that doesn't really advance the plot or anything.
There's a lot
I
of
mean,
things.
it's more character. It's
character
Yeah,
development,
it's a character thing.
bro.
flushing out.
It's
It's a
like character. It's Sonic interacting with the human world that he's never been able to.
Creating a
Also,
bucket list.
dogs barking.
He went to the
I
whole
apologize for the dogs barking. I will go get more pizza and continue to let you guys talk.
So we get this scene at the bar that I definitely, when Scott gets back, I'd like to discuss. I think was like the only unnecessary scene in the movie, because the movie does kind of stop, and it's a scene that you get in the Chipmunks movies and in Smurfs and stuff like
The
that.
movie doesn't
So
stop.
it's to be
They're having
expected.
one good night of a bonding between Donut Lord Tom and Sonic.
Donut Lord.
Donut Lord.
There is meaning
I-
behind that whole scene. It's not just a one-off fluff filler part. It's meaning behind it, Jesse.
Yeah,
Well-
I think that its inclusion doesn't detract or feel forced.
No.
In fact,
Well, it reminds me of like the Smurfs movie with like the toy store scene.
actually,
or,
you're
like-
wrong. You're wrong. I'm telling you, you're wrong right now. Really, what it was a cool moment, just like in Days of Future Past and Apocalypse, and most likely in the Dark Phoenix
We're
one.
not
'Cause I
there
still
yet.
gotta watch that.
We're not there yet.
Well, I mean, dude, we're not gonna go into every detail about what he says to the bartender. There's a scene.
Well, I know that.
There's super speed. It's awesome.
And
That-
Yeah,
like,
Sonic
the-
is apparently Quicksilver.
The super speed moment, like, sells the entire him going into that bar in the first place.
yeah.
It justifies it.
And plus, if they just stopped at the convenience store, picked up the goods, and Sonic was behaving the whole time, and then they run off, there wasn't much any interaction bonding between him and Tom.
And it would be kind of boring.
Yeah.
Also, we get a little bit of the cliched writing here with Sonic creating a bucket list.
The bucket
Not
list thing.
cliche.
I could tell you, for me, the weakest moment personally was the argument that he has with Tom. I felt like that
which
was
is a little bit. So yeah, they go into the bar, a bar fight starts, and Sonic
yes.
can pull a Quicksilver and like move faster than everybody else. He uses that to help Tom get Tom out of harm's way. Like,
It's not
Yes,
pulling a
we already-
Quicksilver. It's just he speeds up himself and slows down time all around him.
Yeah,
which creates a plot hole we'll get to later.
No, it
or
doesn't. I already
Jesse,
talked myself through it. It does not create a plot hole.
or
Oh
Jesse,
boy, now I can't wait for you to talk yourself through it on podcast, Richard.
or hey, Jesse.
Yes.
What if leans forward in chair? Sonic
Yeah.
was using chaos control.
Oh my god.
Mind blown!
It would make. I mean, the only thing that wouldn't make sense is he doesn't have a chaos emerald, but still.
The only thing that doesn't make sense is that everyone in that bar would have to be spinning a joystick as fast as they possibly could, so they could get back to normal.
No.
But anyway,
pressing the A button.
or jamming the A button.
Oh no, I mean, like,
Too much
it's.
video game logic into this. This is based in real life. That ain't
Hey.
gonna happen.
But anyway, so they escape the bar. Is that where they have their little kerfuffle? And they have their kerfuffle like kind of into the more. Like,
Oh no, wait, no, they go to the hotel. Tom sees his bucket list about making a friend.
No.
Then
well,
then they go in the
that's
car.
after- Yeah.
Is the kerfuffle before or after they get ambushed?
They get ambushed after
What kerfuffle?
Yeah, because it knocks him out. You're right.
because they're having a about Sonic gets mad because Tom got a job application at San Francisco and he wants to do there.
Yeah,
like he
that's
feels
where
he
the drive-
deserves.
That's on the drive right before the drone attack. Yeah.
Yeah. And for me, that's the weakest point of the movie because like Sonic's logic is a little flawed, at least in my opinion. I'm not saying that.
Well,
It's,
the way
it's
he
Yeah,
talks
because
about
Sonic's
it,
like, the people need you here.
yeah, like it's because Sonic is it's because Sonic always wanted like a home and a family and a place to stay at, I guess. And then Tom is like,
The closest thing.
or no, Tom is he's like, Sonic likes this town, like Green Hills, and Tom is like, hey, it sucks. I want to go to somewhere bigger. And then Sonic's like, no, but this is such a perfect town. You gotta stay.
when
It's like
someone's
they
in
need you
trouble,
here and stuff like
they
that.
call you, Tom. They call you to assist them, to help
And
them.
here's the funny thing. Here's a loophole in my opinion. He gives them several instances of
Don't you mean a plot
townsfolk's names. Yeah, a plot hole. He's like, oh, where were you when you were there when Nancy needed help jump-starting her car? It's like, how do you know everyone's name but Tom and his wife? Like, how do you know their names?
Donut Lord and Pretzel Lady. That's what he calls them.
I bet you it's like he knows their names, but based on like their habits, he probably has like nicknames from.
Okay,
Yeah,
fair enough. Fair enough.
Names, but he has nicknames from. Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. Like, because those are the two he's most attached to.
Yep, because that's who he unites with.
So
But
we
like
get this argument, yeah.
but then it gets interrupted by a drone attack, which is first big, then
A great
smaller
sequence.
car, then a unicycle, and then
Now,
little baby drone with helicopter.
So it's big tank. It goes down to a quad, and then from that it goes to unicycle, and then a baby drone.
Okay,
Yeah. Which is also a bomb.
it's a bomb, and it gets stuck to Sonic, and then eventually they throw it, but Sonic gets
And
hit.
we get my favorite moment that was still in the trailers, though.
which is
How did you survive that? I have no idea. And then just Carrie going, oh, give me a big fat break. Just his delivery of that is so meme worthy. Like, it's so good.
Questionable.
That one got a chuckle me out of his delivery alone.
So anyway, Sonic. Oh wait. Oh okay. Sonic gets sent over to Sonic and Tom. Tom rushes Sonic. Wow, words, Scott. To San Francisco to where his wife.
Because Sonic got hit by the blast of the bomb.
Is Pretzel Lady his wife?
Yes, her name's Maddie.
Okay.
And they go to the sister-in-law's house, who is in San Francisco.
That's why she tells her to divorce him. That's why she uses.
Oh wait, yeah. Okay, I am dumb for not.
Never likes Tom. The sister just never likes him.
Yeah, there's nothing there to justify why. I think she just doesn't like him.
I think they do that for comedic effect. That's a stereotype. Like, oh, the family who doesn't like the husband. That's a thing that's in a lot of movies. Period. I think movies like, I can't name them off my head right now, but that's a thing that's a cliche in movies of the family the disapproving family who's like, oh, I always knew you should have left him and this and that. So her and her daughter.
It's also the wife is African American, and Tom is James Marsden, a white guy.
Yeah.
Anyway,
we're getting into like the deep lore of that isn't clear, and will probably never be fully answered. They wake Sonic up with smelling salts. He's fine.
And then the girl gives him his sneakers because he said beat up shoes the whole movie.
Tied up with bungee cords, sitting in a love chair. Love seat.
Yeah. I liked those bits. I thought she was funny.
She was hilarious.
But then
she was unsurprisingly funny. Or not unsurprisingly, she was surprisingly funny. I did not expect her humor.
And then
Well, I
they
mean,
take
I
the
didn't.
sister-in-law's car to go to said tower from earlier, and they let Sonic drive for whatever reason.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, here's another darker moment in that movie.
Are you talking about the bag? You could
No,
bring up
not
the
the
bag
bag.
because the bag
The
is the
bag.
best. I love that joke so much.
No, I like the bag joke. I'm talking about the bit where they go. What's his excuse to get on the roof?
Because there's a jumper on the roof. I
Yeah,
mean,
there's a jumper on the roof.
I don't really think that's that dark.
No, it's just
Because I mean, there's plenty of
it's
movies and
bad
shows with that.
to get to a restricted area where the rings are. So how does police officer get to a top secured area of a building? That's namely the roof that we're going to.
You lie and say there's a jumper, and that you're a cop.
Yeah.
And show your badge.
So, yeah, they have Sonic in his gym bag.
Yes, and they have good joke, which I don't want to necessarily go into details with because it's just it's a
But
funny
it is
joke.
a good way to
It's funny.
get two nosy people away from them.
Yeah. So they go on the top, and they fake, or they obviously fake you out, because it's pretty obvious that the movie's not done. Like Eggman hasn't shown up again. So he gets the
before
rings.
This, Eggman, had gotten a quill of Sonic's, and you get a long dance sequence of him like infusing his tech with Sonic's like electrified quill.
Yes. Okay. Anyway, Eggman shows up after Sonic gets his rings, and he's like, "I'm gonna go home now." And then he threatens him with a bunch of drones, and Sonic pushes a donut lady, or no, not donut, pretzel lady. Yeah, down off the building, and then like he gets blowed up a bit because Jim Carrey's ship now can go the same speed as Sonic because he has the Sonic quill embedded in it.
So that's your guys' explanation for it, because Sonic does the whole Quicksilver thing again, but Carrie's finger is still moving.
Which does freeze all the bullets and missiles that are inbound for Sonic, but because Jim Carrey's Eggman is in close proximity to Sonic's quill that is also generating the same power, because anytime Sonic generates energy, any detached quill of his also generates the same energy. That creates a little bit of a space anomaly barrier.
See,
that
I just took it as like Sonic was doing it, and like Robotnik, like the way that the quill is like in his technology, it just also it has the same properties, so he can choose kind of when to use it. So,
but it does slow that.
I didn't.
It's slowly approaching the button as Sonic is beating up all the drones.
Yeah. Like anyway, he can move basically same speed as Sonic now.
Now he can.
That's basically the simplest way to explain it.
Yeah, he activates it. Then there's a giant worldwide chase sequence,
which is really pretty cool. I like that part.
I love Sonic Unleashed so much.
And then
listeners at home, Tom and Maddie are safe because Sonic gets
save them. Yep, Sonic gets a ring, sends him back to Green Hills. He ends up bringing the fight to Green Hills. Eggman basically knocks him out. Tom goes into action to try and defend his new friend. And then he says,
punching him several times.
Yeah, and then he also says he calls Sonic a friend, which then he powers Sonic up with the power of friendship.
Yeah.
Because we're Sonic heroes.
And also, the whole town rallies. The whole town rallies to protect Sonic. And
then they take down Eggman. Tom sends him to Mushroom Planet, and I was wrong in my prediction. So I admit I was wrong. My prediction was that wasn't at the end, but it was. I found it weird that they kind of spoiled him, being on Fungus Planet in the first trailer. Why?
That's true. I thought that was the climax of the movie.
I think it would have been cool to go there and fight a little bit, but anyway.
Which I think is a reference to Mushroom Hill from Sonic 3.
I mean, a lot of people say it, but it's just a mushroom planet, and it doesn't really look like Mushroom Hill. But I mean, that's probably what they're going for. Let's see. I'm gonna quickly hear about this, but yes.
So now the movie settles down. They play the Green Hill Zone theme on piano.
Yeah, which was cool. That also probably cost them a fair share of money because that song actually isn't owned by Sega. It's owned by the original creator of it.
And so the government shows up. They're like, "We're sorry about Robotnik, but not sorry because he never existed."
Here's a $50 Olive Garden gift card.
Yeah, here's a gift card to Olive Garden.
Man, I want to go to Olive Garden so bad now.
And it was Masato Nakamura who owns the rights to the Sonic 1 soundtrack.
And so with that, we get the little ending. We get that Tom and Maddie adopt Sonic as their pseudo son,
and they make his little not whole residence into their attic, and that's where. And then you see Dr. Robotnik on
Mushroom Planet.
And yes, I just and he's like, "I'll be back by Christmas." I don't know if that actually means anything, or if it's, "Hey, I'll be home for Christmas, so don't get too comfy." And that's probably more of what I took it as. I don't think it was a, "Hey guys, we're making a new Sonic movie and it's coming out on Christmas like a year or two from now."
I really wonder
and
why.
Then he has a rock. He has a literal stone.
Yeah, that he's talking to like Wilson. So it ends our portion of the movie. Jesse, give me a second, okay?
I was going to talk about the credits.
Well, we'll get to that in a second, because I'm going to warn the viewers ahead of time. We're about to get into slight spoiler territory, and by slight spoiler territory, Jesse already ruined one of the spoilers that I tried to keep quiet. There was a certain tribe that was chasing him. That really isn't a spoiler because it's like right there at the beginning. But at the same time, it hasn't been revealed, so I don't know where that one falls. But this is the main spoiler. Although I figure most people have had it kind of ruined or can figure it out. But before we get to the actual spoiler, overall thoughts of this movie, both of you guys.
Predictable yet good and funnier than I expected.
Yeah, one sentence reviews. We'll do that. Richard, what's your one sentence?
Enjoyed the movie a lot more than if they had Creepy Sonic in it.
You enjoyed it more than if they had Creepy Sonic with it? Is that what you said?
I enjoyed that they had the original structure, outline, character make of Sonic that we all know and love from the series rather than the BDI original CGI Sonic that came out.
Which they've been releasing a bunch of like behind the scenes models and stuff of it, and it does not look great.
No.
My overall one word review would be, it's a good Sonic movie, but I look more forward to the sequel because the groundwork's here. The groundwork's done. Now we can kind of get more into deeper Sonic lore, characters, ideas. Yeah, build on it. I'm excited about the potential. Okay, that being said, spoilers. You don't want to know about spoilers. Stop paying attention now and just watch the movie and maybe come back or something. Or maybe I'll split this off depending on how long we talk about pitches. Okay, so let's have Richard describe the post-credit scene.
Okay, make a beat to it.
Well,
so they cut the credits for a little bit, And then you hear the iconic voice. At least I don't know if it's actually iconic or not.
No, it was someone I didn't recognize, actually.
Okay. Who is like, yes, I finally found him. I found the blue hedgehog. And then they pan out, and you see that it is Miles Prower Tails,
Yes.
who's come to Green
He's
Hills.
like, I hope I'm not too late.
Yes.
Now, before that, though, we get a credit sequence much akin to like the Detective Pikachu one, where we get references to Half Pipe, we get references to Blue Spear. Like, that was nuts. My jaw was on the floor. I did not expect to see Half Pipe appear in this movie.
What? Half pipe?
I'm questioning too. I'm like, what?
Oh, you're talking about the credits.
Yeah.
It's not that surprising, like they play like it's like what they did with Detective Pikachu. They got Junichi Masuda or whoever it was. Who is the guy who draws? The guy who draws the Pokemans. He drew the characters from the movie. So it's this being a video game movie. There'd be plenty of video game references. So to me, it wasn't that surprising, but it was okay. Although I was busy looking on my phone trying to see if there were post-credit scenes. So, and apparently they said that there were 2, but there's actually only 1. I'm pretty sure whoever it was that wrote the article, or the way that they described it, was like, there's 2 of them, but one of them came before the credits, so I don't count that as an end.
I only saw Tails. I didn't see if there was another one.
No, with Tails,
we stayed the whole time. There wasn't one, so I
there
think
wasn't one.
So the first one is the Eggman.
Okay.
I think people are counting that.
Yeah, that's when the kid started talking, which was hilarious. The kid was like, that's the way he looks during the games. And I was like, that kid's gonna grow up to be a Sonic YouTuber. I can't wait. But now with Tails there, so we have that, and now, as mentioned by Richard way earlier, there is an appearance of Sonic in this movie.
That crazy.
Oh, okay. So it was Colleen. Was it really Colleen? Who is Colleen?
What?
Sorry, I'm trying to find out who it was that voiced, and that did not sound like Tails, from what I know. Villard. I totally spelled her name wrong. Tails voice demo thing. Let's see. Apparently she voices Boom. Yeah, Colleen.
O'Shaughnessy.
She's apparently the current one, or Colleen Villard is the one I'm coming up with. She voiced Sonic 2014 to present. Although, whatever. I'm not going to question it anymore. She is in Spider-Man. Oh, wait, no, that's Spider-Man. That's a different Spider-Man.
The one that voices Tails in this movie is Friday in the Marvel Future Avengers. She's also Ino and Naruto. She knows Strikers.
So Sonic appears in this movie, and there's a character that I really wanted to talk about. A lot of the side characters were funnier than I thought they would be. As mentioned before, the sister of Maddie, who disapproves of the brother, and then there's this conspiracy theorist who lives in their town.
She voices a lot of people I recognize.
She also voiced Yoshino Fujita from Digimon Data Squad, which I think she's the girl.
Oh yeah, and
also I finally saw that preview you were talking about, that new Digimon series and how it's tying them again.
Yeah,
Wait,
It's Tai.
Digimon
There's
Try, or is there another one?
no. There's a new movie, or there's out or already came out.
Because there's
In
6
Japan,
parts.
and it's coming out here in the States in March, which I'm definitely going to try and see.
A new movie. Okay.
It's Digimon Last Evolution. It's basically is an upcoming set to premiere in Japan. It's a sequel to Try. Oh, what? Editor's note: Scott is about to refer to Yoli as Jolie. It's Yoli. My bad. Sorry. I'm a Digimon nerd, and I wanted to make sure to correct it. So, back to the podcast. Dude, it looks like Jolie's in it. Oh yeah, I love Jolie. That means my Adventure 2 boys might be there. Sweet.
Okay. Yeah.
Sorry. Okay. Anyway, and then the Thai, there's like going to be a new anime, and it's like it has Thai in it again.
Good.
Apparently,
I like to go
supposedly.
back to the classics.
Yeah. So, yeah, one of my favorite side characters was this conspiracy theorist who lived in the town who, when they all band together to help Sonic, just has a chainsaw on him. Just, like... Which then gets confiscated, by the way.
Yeah, by the deputy.
But just his... Where they're like, yeah, Sonic's a part of our town. Like, they're all like, oh, he's like an unofficial member of Green Hills. And I just love his delivery because he's like, who is clearly real and not a figment of my imagination.
Yes.
Because Sonic likes to torture this man. Just pester him.
But okay, so I mean, we pretty much talked really in depth about the movie, which now makes me go and wonder, what do we want to see in a sequel?
Tails meets Sonic at Olive Garden.
At Olive Garden. Really? Tails is just going to bust in while everyone's having dinner and Sonic is out there publicly?
Well, I mean, there's clearly an Olive Garden in Green Hills, and everybody in Green Hills knows and loves Sonic. Like,
not to say that
so
Tom
he's allowed to live
Daddy
amongst...
drive a little bit out of the way to a more public, urbanized city where the Olive Garden will be. But...
Okay, apparently they're rebooting Digimon. That's what I'm hearing. They're rebooting...
Oh, is this a version where Matt is cooler than Ty? Oh, wait, that already exists.
No, it's.
you have no right to talk about Digimon because you have not seen it in its entirety.
Is it really a reboot? Yeah, apparently it's a reboot where.
So that's why it showed Ty and his sister as kids in the trailer.
Well, I mean, there's just a teaser where you see the goggles, but yeah, apparently it's a reboot, and it. Is it Digimon reboot? Wikimon, okay. The Digimon series consists of highly detailed and articulate figures. No, that's not what I'm looking for. Reboot Digimon Delta. I think this is a fan site, so this isn't. Why are we talking about Digimon? This is getting weird.
Because we were talking about
Okay.
Tails and who voices Tails, and then
it was my fault.
Rabbit hole.
Here's what I want from a Sonic sequel. I want this to move towards a fully Sonic movie, and I want them to move away from the human characters. As much as I like Tom and Maddie and them, I mean, I would have loved even more if Tom's name was Chris Thorndike. That would have been like the biggest like. If he's like, my name is Chris Thorndike, I would have been like, heck yeah. Because he has brown hair also. So it's like Chris grew up and got a haircut.
Okay, it is confirmed. It's a Digimon reboot. Sorry, I keep talking about it, but I freaking love Digimon for some reason. So it's a Digimon, it's a reboot, but it's going to be like Digimon in 2020. And so they have like new Digivices that don't look like the old ones and are a lot more streamlined. And like the characters look exactly the same minus a slight detail. Ty's shirt is slightly different, but they have like the same look for the most part.
Okay.
I love this.
Interesting.
For once, I am not upset about a reboot. What is wrong with me?
Wait, does this mean that, again, you know what? I'm going to hop on this reboot, and you know what? Matt is already my favorite character, but I'm going to be mad if that one Digimon that Matt is associated with doesn't say Blue Blaster every time he attacks.
I hate you.
You gotta get off the memes, Jesse.
Yeah, dude, your Digimon memes are awful.
Maybe I'll stream Cyber Sleuth one of these days.
Don't intrude on my ground. Digimon is my thing. You can have Pokemon. You stream Pokemon all you want. I don't care. But
Jesse,
Digimon is this is my realm.
Every time a Digimon makes its signature move attack, it does mention it, or at least in some form or way.
Okay.
At least
But anyway,
from Agumon.
Anyway, in the future, as much as I like these human characters, I do want them to add more of Sonic's friends. I've had several friends who I've not spoiled the movie for who keep going, is Amy in that movie? Is Rouge in the movie? Is Knuckles in the movie? Like, a lot of people really, it seems, want... This was a good setup, but now the sequel, they just need to go all in. They need to be like the newer Muppets movies and just put everyone in there.
No.
No, they're going to slowly flush it out.
Yeah, because as many times as you say, like, oh yeah, that would be cool. We also have to remember what happened with certain movie franchises or movies where they introduced too many characters at once. May I suggest to you Spider-Man 3, Blade 3, X-Men 3, X-Men
Why are they all
Phoenix,
three?
X-Men Apocalypse. Other movies. Also, Digimon is getting a freaking reboot, you guys. Woo, woo! April 2020. Yeah.
Oh, that's
I'm hyped.
really close.
I put it in the Discord. Okay, I will stop talking about Digimon. I'm sorry. It's bad.
And you're getting your Survive
Man,
game whenever that comes out.
And
as well.
also my Davis figure, my probably bootleg Davis figure that I ordered from eBay is shipping. So I will probably get it in March because it's from like China or Japan, so it takes a long time.
Yeah,
It's probably from China.
Holy crap, Matt looks... Oh my gosh, Matt looks good.
He wears purple. He's not wearing green anymore.
I don't see Matt in there, but I'm not really looking at it too much.
He's on work. He's on. But
Joe still looks like...
Yep, I see him.
Joe still looks like weak sauce.
Okay, Jesse, you shut the frick up.
Yeah, your opinions are frustrating me right now. You don't insult. There's only one character I will let you insult in the Digimon Ever 1 anime group, and his name is Matt because Matt isn't so good.
That's amazing.
He's kind of a prick.
That's amazing.
Okay.
That's amazing.
Hey. Okay. Thanks everybody for watching. I gotta.
No wait.
I need to stop recording and I need to just start watching Digimon.
No, we need to make our pitches.
I need to watch Digimon, dude. I'm grabbing my DVDs at least. I'm getting it primed. My pitch. Next movie. Only introduce Tails.
I say Tails and Knuckles.
I think it would be really cool.
They have to slowly introduce Tails. Maybe towards the end they'll introduce more of the characters, but starting off it's just going to be Tails and Sonic.
I think it would be cool. Okay, here's my pitch. I say I only want Tails. It's because I want to see them kind of go in order of how the video games came. Make Sonic 2, where they introduce Tails. And then Sonic 3, they can introduce Knuckles. Or
Okay, but with that, now that we discussed the fact that the echidnas killed Sonic's
No, it's
mother
not
figure,
confirmed that
do
they
you
killed
think?
her. They were
yeah, they
just
may have
not
just taken her
that
prisoner.
Yeah.
But
it wasn't
no matter what
confirmed,
happened, do you think that means? Because that's the last thing that Sonic saw. Do you think that they would shoehorn that in as him not liking Knuckles? Like,
I
yeah, a
mean,
bunch of
Sonic-
echidnas killed my mom.
From what I
Well, I
remember,
mean-
Sonic and Knuckles don't really click for a long time. But I could be wrong.
Well, hey, in the original trilogy of Sonic games, and by trilogy I also mean the pentilogy, five games. You know, because there's there's Sonic 1, there's Sonic CD, there's Sonic 2, Sonic 3, Sonic and Knuckles. Then you do the cool thing and you put the Sonic and Knuckles on the Sonic 3 and Sonic 3 and you get Sonic 3 and Knuckles. Anyway, I'm going into too much detail as I normally do. But yeah, when the reason Knuckles is kind of a jerk at first when he first meets Sonic is because Eggman tricks him into thinking that Sonic is there to steal the Master Emerald, when in reality, Eggman's there to steal the Master Emerald.
And then that joke comes back in Mania in like the greatest way.
You mean how they rehash just Sonic 3?
Yeah, and how it's via Knuckles' brain, but to imply how dumb Knuckles is, it's done with a drawing in crayon.
That actually did not originate in Sonic Mania.
Oh, it didn't.
That is not an original idea. That is just Tyson Hess doing his Tyson Hess thing. Because in Sonic Mega Drive, it was going to be like a 3-part miniseries, but it only had 2 parts released. There's a scene that is almost identical to that.
That's still a great in-joke, though.
Yeah. But I think it would be cool have Tails, like introduce Tails and the Chaos Emerald. And then have Sonic go super at the end of the next one.
And then here's what I would like for an end credit scene. I would like them to up it to a PG-13 rating for the next one. Like them realize, here's why. You see a guy typing on a computer. You hear alarms blaring. You set the stage. You see alarms blaring. There's a dude typing on a computer and go, "Oh no, he's broken in! What happened? Oh no!" And then you just hear a gun go off. Dude gets shot in the back of the head. Blood sprays everywhere.
Okay, that's not PG-13, dude.
Wait, yes. So you see a military guy get shot in the back of the head. Blood sprays everywhere. Alarms are blaring. It cuts the hand. The hand is a glove. Hand's holding a gun. It pans up. It's Big the Cat's face. And he goes, "I'm most friends."
You are bad.
This is awful.
to Jesse because he is terrible. He hates Big the Cat,
I don't.
so he's trying to. Oh.
Let's see. How do you?
It's just cracks the guy in the back of the head.
Oh wait! I just accidentally deaf in the wrong person.
Yeah.
That also doesn't.
You wanna...
Okay.
No, I don't want to block it. Yeah, there you go.
Boop, boop, boop. Hey Jesse.
No. Oh, he needs to stop. My gosh.
Yeah, Jesse, stop it. Stop with the memes. Also, okay. You guys, how long do you think it'll be before they introduce Shadow?
They need Chaos Emeralds if they're really gonna introduce Shadow.
I would, depending on how they play it out, I would say if they're setting out several movie course theme, then it'd probably be the 4th movie. Depending on how.
Yes, it should be the 4th movie as they introduce the 4th dang Chaos Emerald. Good idea, Richard.
Oh my gosh! We're not going to have a movie per Chaos Emerald. That would be wrong. No.
It's 7
no,
movies.
no, he's making a where he says, "Where's that dang fourth emerald?"
So it's not dang, it's the D word. But anyway,
He just beat her down.
who do you think we would get first? Who? And this is an honest question. Who do you think we would get first, Shadow or Metal Sonic? Because
I think Metal Sonic.
I think Metal Sonic also.
Because the thing is, like, they'd have to really, like, they'd have to do a lot to, like, Shadow doesn't fit as cleanly into, like, old school Sonic as much as, like, the other characters do. You know, and I think they're gonna, if anything, it's a safer bet with, like, Tails and Knuckles, and, like, even Amy, because they've been around, like, longer. And,
Yeah,
you
I wouldn't foresee Shadow coming out unless Cream and Shower some incorporated as well.
like, I do think it would be cool, though, to have, like, like, Chaos. Chaos as a bad guy would be really cool, because he's still...
So, like,
So what happens is that in the second movie, they end up actually going to San Francisco again, and then Chaos shows up.
No, that'd be more probably Metal Sonic.
I feel like that would... I feel like that would be a little... That'd be weird. It's like, last movie we went to San Francisco, but then we came home. So then we decided to go to San Francisco. And then we came home.
Well, they clearly have to go get custody of that sister's child. I mean,
I think so.
I mean, they gotta go to San Francisco visit the sister again for Thanksgiving and take Sonic with them to the family Thanksgiving.
Who says the sister doesn't move up towards them or closer?
Yeah.
So they're back in San Francisco. Like, overall, how does this compare to other video game movies? What would y'all say?
Well, so far it's beaten the Detective Pikachu box office, like, record for video game movies. So I think most would argue, yeah, it's so far in its opening weekend, it's made $100 million.
Wow.
Which it's still, like, the kind of the rule of thumb is if a movie makes twice its budget, then it's like there's a good chance that it'll have a sequel. And so far, apparently, at least from what I've read, Sonic's budget was $95 million. So it's gone over its budget now. So, and this is its opening weekend. So, and with the word of mouth as it's been lately, I think that this will easily be a moneymaker.
Well, the fan rating on Rotten Tomatoes is a 95.
Oh, it's a 95 now?
Yeah, and it's an A.
Really loved this movie. The critics think of it as a 60 to 70%.
Yeah.
Which is still certified fresh.
Let's see. Sonic. Okay, Sonic the Hedgehog. Yeah, it's 63, 95.
Okay. Detective Pikachu had a budget of 150. Their box office was almost triple that amount, 431.
You know, in discussion, because this has some similarities to Pikachu. It has it's a PG movie, basic plot, predictable turns in it. We're not the target audience. CGI mixed with. You have a Blu-ray copy of both? They were both just bestowed upon you immediately. What one would you watch, this or Detective Pikachu? Like, what movie did you enjoy more?
I'm the weird one because I'm gonna say Pikachu.
You're gonna say Detective Pikachu?
Yeah, because I really liked it for some reason, like a lot more than I probably should have, but I liked it, which is weird because I'm not a huge Pokemon anymore.
Detective Pikachu would have been solved a lot easier if when that old man put his mind into Mewtwo, if the kid shoved the old man out of the skyscraper, if he just shoved the
Jesse,
body...
these
Dude.
are not movies geared towards killing people outright. These are geared towards children.
Dude, you're dark,
is
man.
Comic, fun, mischief, violence, yes, but there's no killing people outright.
Yeah, what is up with your violentness, dude?
I'm not trying to be over... I'm telling you, up Sonic to a PG-13. Because this movie kept trying to swear. This movie kept trying to swear but didn't.
I don't
people
mind.
have little fun words they say instead of swearing.
No, more like they stop themselves. Like, the guy's punching Eggman and he goes, "You son of a," and then he gets thrown off of the thing.
Because that's
Hey, you
what
guys-
humor for the adults, because they know what the people are going to say, but since it's geared towards kids, a movie done right, geared towards kids, it's going to have some sideways humor, adult references in it that kids won't understand. Or at least
I'm
they shouldn't.
just saying, I will give any Sonic movie a 10 out of 10 if someone gets glocked by Big the Cat. I'm just saying.
Dude, why are you... No! You have disdain for Big the Cat. I understand that. But no! No! I will go to your house and glock you myself. No!
No, you won't. I'm
Yes.
not worth it. No, I'm not.
With my fist, yes.
Okay.
Okay, who's crying? Scott, what's going on?
He's actively weeping.
Yeah, Jesse's talking about Big the Cat. I hate it. Was that convincing crying, by the way?
I give it a 2 out of 10.
Oh, frick you.
That was fake tears.
Wait.
I got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
It's
No.
it's Jesse's the pain Jesse was inflicting me with his obsession with Big the Cat.
Not as much as the guy during the movie, though. Not as much.
I'd rather be with that guy right now than listen to you
Jesse,
desecrating Big the
You know
Cat.
how on your Discord chat of how there was TikToks of me owing you punches? This is because of that too. You know that, right?
Oh.
It's Motomon! Hi, Motomon! Hi, Izzy. Yeah, I have Digimon playing now.
Okay. Well, I'm playing Sonic Mania in the background, so I'm on topic.
Hey, I've talked about Digimon a lot in this conversation. Okay, so it's on topic.
Okay, so the Easter eggs we got, which are all discussed, but a recap: the Sonic Mania song, the Echidnas, Sonic, which was the most unexpected thing, and then the Green Hill piano piece, the credit sequence, which was a nice little shout out, and then Tails. So this movie
And
had
Eggman's mustache.
There's a
And
lot more
Eggman's
Easter eggs
mustache.
than just that.
Also, they did the thing. They did the thing. They called him Robotnik, and then they
Yep.
called him Eggman.
Hey, man. Well, yeah,
Because
That's true. That's true.
Canonically, his name is Dr. Ivo Robotnik, but he goes by Eggman now. Or, like, that's kind of a nickname that is stuck, because he looks like an egg.
Also, this made me want to go home and, after seeing him, made me want to go home and listen to Eggman by Big Bad Bosses, at least a little bit.
Would you also be eating eggs?
Because that is a
What?
good song.
What is Big Bad Bosses? I only know Eggman and the Dr. Eggman, Dr. Robotnik remix.
So
Big Bad Bosses
Eggman,
is a...
Ganondorf, Bowser, Sephiroth.
Yes, the video game boy band where it's Bowser, Sephiroth, Ganondorf, and Eggman, and they sing about being villainous and stuff like that. And a lot of the songs are like super, super good, and the Eggman one is my personal favorite, actually.
Now
That's
that
by
he
the
started liking
completionist,
eggs.
I don't watch it.
Yes, but still, anyway, overall, Now, between Sonic and Detective Pikachu, this is where I differ a little bit. I actually liked this more than Detective Pikachu.
Well, I mean,
But
that's not surprising.
well, the
Which
human
is
companions in this movie were more interesting than the ones in Detective Pikachu.
oh, I disagree, dude. I like what's his face, like the main character guy. I can't think of the actor. But then I also really liked that newspaper girl. She was cute.
I wish we had more Ken Watanabe.
He was good too. But he's a
But
good actor in general.
but okay, the villain in Sonic is better than the villain in Detective Pikachu.
Well, I mean that's because it's Dr. Robotnik. It's Dr.
And
Robotnik.
Jim Carrey's acting really sells you on that dance sequence is the only bit where I'm like, okay, that wasn't needed at all. That was stupid.
What?
You know what it reminded me of? Dr.
What?
Enigma and his dance number.
Wait, he has a dance number?
Well, I mean, he has. Dude, you need to watch. I have it on my. In fact, I can pull it up right now. I have it right here. Purchases. I have Star Wars: The Last Jedi. I have John Carpenter's The Thing. I have Pokemon Detective Pikachu. Captain America: The Winter Soldier. Dragon Ball Z: Battle of Gods uncut version. My Hero Academia: Two Heroes. Yu-Gi-Oh! Bonds Beyond Time. Yu-Gi-Oh! Dark Side of the Dimensions. Tangled. Other Star Wars. Ready Player One. Here we go. Purchased some time ago. Batman Forever.
You know what? Let's hang out. Let's get dinner, and I will finally watch Batman Forever because I've never seen that movie.
I'll let you borrow the CD. I'll let you borrow my DVD.
The only thing I know about Batman Forever is the scene of him in the circus going, "I'm Batman!"
It also has one of my favorite actors of all time. So
Val Kilmer.
yes.
Real genius.
I mean, I've never seen Real Geniuses either.
Yeah, it's a good movie too. Okay, we are losing ourselves. Probably
Okay,
because it's
so-
been like 2 hours.
Yeah, it's been nearly 2
How long
hours.
has
okay,
it
so
been?
yeah, just in conclusion, we need a Sonic movie.
Jesse
We need
gives you
follow-up of them going to Olive Garden. We just need that follow-up. You gave me the build-up movie. Take us to Olive Garden. By the
Hey, they're
way,
Digimon, digital monsters, you guys.
I hope everybody who's listening has a fantastic morning, evening, afternoon, or night, whatever time zone you choose to watch this. And remember, the real thing we need is Big the Cat
And the
glocking
Digimon
somebody.
reboot
Thank
coming
you.
out April 2020.
Digimon reboot.
Also, he left preemptively, so now we can actually end this. Okay, thanks everybody for watching to the ramblings and madness of Jesse. Oh, he's back. Oh, he's muted.
Okay.
Did Richard mute him?
Oh, I was about to.
Okay, cool. Does he know that he is muted though? Is the real question.
I don't know. He's probably listening to this right now. But
Yeah, probably. He's screaming, but he has no mouth.
Yep.
But anyway, Digimon Reboot 2020 this year in April. I'm gonna be watching it. Maybe, hopefully, it's Digimon. Thanks for joining us on our Digimon discussion. Thank you, Richard Mon, for joining us.
thank you, Scootsman.
Yes, I am Scootsman. I don't know what my Digivolve form yet look like, but
Wait, am I still muted?
not anymore. Apparently not.
Okay, and I'm Jesse Man, making sure to use the...
You said Jesse Mian. Like
Yep.
like you're like Jesse Man, Jesse Mon. But yeah, thanks everybody for watching. I'm gonna kick Craig out so that we end this recording.
Until next time. Bye.